As part of efforts to review developments in the economy and take the necessary steps to ensure financial and economic stability, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana, as part of its 102nd regular meetings, met from Wednesday, September 22nd to Friday, September 24th, 2021. At the subsequent press conference that followed the meetings, the committee maintained the policy rate at 13.5%. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, said the figure had been maintained mainly due to headline inflation, which has risen for the past 3 months, among other factors.
The bond core inflation remains relatively subdued. In the view of the committee, the increase in inflation is mainly due to food inflation, which is expected to abate with the onset of the harvest season. This notwithstanding, the latest forecasts indicate that inflation will remain within the medium target band, but closer to the upper limit in the near term, in the absence of further unexpected shocks. A close monitoring of the inflation situation is, however, warranted to respond swiftly to prevent potential second-round effects on headline inflation from the rising food inflation. The committee stands ready to respond appropriately as needed if this particular risk materializes. Given these considerations and the fairly balanced risks to inflation and growth in the outlook, the committee decided to keep the policy rate unchanged at 13.5%.
The long-standing issue of high lending rates of commercial banks was also addressed. President Akufo-Addo in August this year urged the Bank of Ghana to bridge the gap between the monetary policy rates and the lending rates of commercial banks to enhance the rapid growth of the country. The monetary policy rate has dropped from 14.5% to 13.5% in the past 12 months, while the average lending rate has dropped from 21.37% to 20.51% within the same period, a development that has created disquiet among different business associations. Dr. Ernest Addison outlined what the bank is doing to ensure that the reduced policy rate reflects the lending rates of commercial banks.
As you know, we increased the capital requirement for banks. That led to some mergers and acquisitions because of the economies of scale that comes, with larger banks, so that the unit costs of banking would go down, and hopefully when the unit costs of banking go down, that can be passed on into lower lending rates. So we are working at it. The government is working at it to do their part. They are bringing down the budget deficit. It's not easy, but they are pushing at it. We are ensuring that the banks are becoming more efficient so that they will be able to pass some of the efficiency gains into lower lending rates. We have put in place the credit infrastructure, which is supposed to help, so that the banks would be able to use them, these credit reporting systems and collateral arrangements that have been put into place. All of those infrastructure is supposed to help, reduce the risks that are associated with lending.